You did a NFL wide receiver rankings for the 2024 season, wrote an article about it. You had Justin Jefferson 1, Tyreek Hill 2, Jamar Chase 3. Potato. You can argue any of those anywhere else. You had Hopkins 17, McLaurin 18, Amari Cooper 19, Mike Evans listed at 20. Let me ask you this. Cooper is a guy that we see him every week here. And the more you see Cooper, the more things you appreciate. Does he get overlooked a little bit? He's not real fast. He's not real flashy. He's not the typical NFL diva wide receiver. He played opposite CeeDee Lamb in Dallas for a little bit. 4 or 5 quarterbacks last year with the Browns. 4 really. The 5th, Driscoll, he didn't play in that game. I just think he's underrated. Is there a reason for that?
No, I think he's definitely underrated. He almost suffers from being a sort of wide receiver equivalent of those good but not great NFL quarterbacks, guys like Kirk Cousins or, even Matt Ryan for the majority of his career. These guys right on the cusp of, they're not transcendent. They're not, Amari Cooper is not Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill. He doesn't completely change the outcome of any game that he plays in or the dynamic of any game he plays in. But he does make every single offense that he's been on in the NFL better. Like, you put Amari Cooper in the lineup, that offense is better. And yet, and teams recognize that and they appreciate him and they give him a big contract. And then a couple of years into that big contract, they look at the cap numbers and they start thinking, is he really worth that money? And that's when they start moving on from him. And they ship him off to a new team, a team in a slightly different situation with their salary cap and with the amount of money that they're giving out. But I think it leads to this constant cycle where teams eventually decide they can probably do better or simply do without the contract that Amari Cooper is on. But for a guy that was a high draft pick that does everything well, that consistently makes every offense he's on better and improves the quarterbacks that he's paired with, I think you're absolutely right that he does get kind of unfairly maligned or overlooked or dismissed when the reality is he's earned those contracts.